But I think if there's one objective that we all want here is the need for democracy in Iran. One. Two, we need to protect the residents and the human beings who've suffered enough at Camp Ashraf. Protect them from attacks, protect them to make sure they keep their human rights. If they move to Camp Liberty, that this be an adequate facility, that it be a protected facility. There's so many guarantees that are needed. This is the time to make some tough decisions. This is the time to protect human beings at Camp Ashraf. This is the time to have this coalition of the European Union and the United States and individuals like you ensure that the resistance, that the group that is assembled here by Mrs. Rajavi stays strong, remains strong.
And that's why I say the best way to support and show support for the Syrian people at this time is to support the MEK being taken off the terrorist list. The best way to guarantee the peace in the world that we in this part of the world so desperately need is to support the removal of the MEK from the terrorist list. We are thinking of you on this historic day for Iran. Do not fear, I say directly to the people in Camp Ashraf. We are on your side and we will not forget you.
Where were the UN officials? Where are the European community? Where's the international community? And where is the United States of America in standing up to these issues? What they've put together at Camp Liberty is nothing more than a prison camp. Why didn't the UN and the U.S. say no? What hold does the Iraqi government and its puppet masters in Tehran have over the U.S. and the UN? Why didn't the international community, the UN and the U.S. say no police inside the camp? It's a secure camp. If you're worried about, and you're not going to give freedom of movement, you can station police outside the gate to make sure nobody leaves. But if you put police inside the gate, you're just asking for harassment and a confrontation. Why didn't the international community, the UN and the U.S. say no to the Iraqis? Why didn't we stand up and say the MOU is being violated? The same MOU that the UN put together, the UN won't even enforce. The UN won't even enforce the MOU that Ambassador Kobler signed. It's already been violated in regards to personal property and automobiles. Where is the backbone of the UN? Why doesn't it say to the Iraqi government, you signed this, those automobiles and the personal property is coming into Camp Liberty, period. The UNHCR says freedom of movement is essential. They produced a document about 10 days ago saying freedom of movement is essential to any refugee camp. And yet the Iraqi government said no freedom of movement.
So I hope that the United States will exercise greater leadership in saying the definition of your new home for your residents of Camp Ashraf, defined as Camp Liberty, is not a home at all. It looks like a detention center for people who should not be detained, that have done nothing wrong, they've kept their word, and then some. So I would like to thank you for your patience and understanding, because things have not moved as quickly as they should have to make sure that the people of Camp Ashraf would enjoy all of the freedoms that you enjoy as people standing with the MEK in Europe or in the United States. And I continue to believe that we should all work together to find a good solution.
L'expérience des 24 mois qui viennent de s'écouler montrant la rouerie, la duplicité du gouvernement de Maliki qui agit en valets zélés des mollahs d'Iran. Alors c'est une grande cause humanitaire, Ashraf, au-delà même des enjeux politiques, même s'ils sont présents, il s'agit de préserver la vie de ces femmes et de ces hommes, mais pas seulement la vie, la dignité. L'ONU ne se prête pas à une mascarade qui porterait atteinte à son autorité et à son honneur. Nous célébrons l'anniversaire de la révolution iranienne, notre devoir, en fidélité à tous les peuples